Welcome back, guys. Today I want to talk about how my ecom brand was getting absolutely cooked. We weren't making sales even though there was traffic going to the site. And we're going to talk about how I 9.6x our conversion rate, 9 times, from a 0.37% to a 0.37% to a 3.57% with one change. The goal of this video is not to teach you how to increase your conversion rate. The real goal is more about problem solving and how I think through problems. And you know, this is just sort of the framework of thinking that you can apply to whenever there's some bullshit going on wrong in your business. You have to think from like first principles, and this will help you not freak out, because I was freaking the fuck out. And so we sell protein gummies, and basically my idea was that we were out of stock for a while, and I come back and we have a lot of sales data on, or some sales data on how our product does with organic traffic. And so we felt pretty confident that when we get back in stock, we're gonna sell, right? And so my concern was, before going into stock, was that the only way I would be concerned and not have confidence in my product selling was that if I send 1,000 sessions to the website, I create a bunch of organic traffic and nobody buys. That's the real problem. If there's no traffic to the site and you're not making sales, then you know the problem is that you're not making enough traffic. But when you're making traffic and you're getting no sales, that's when you freak out, and that's what happened. So we were getting website sessions about 150 a day with pretty much no sales. We were getting a 0.37 conversion rate over here, and it was awful. I was stressing the fuck out, and I was worried, and I'm gonna, I'll go through this. So I was panicking because organic traffic should convert well, right? So first thing I did was I looked at my old, when we were in stock previously, and this is when we were going viral on TikTok and Instagram. And so this is just on our online Shopify store, and you can see this probably isn't completely accurate because we have a lot of out of stock dates here, but we were doing, 1.9% conversion rate. Regardless, 1.9% is, what is that? 1.9 divided by 0.37. That's we were converting 5 times more than we currently were converting. So I was like, okay, the old product converted, the new product is not converting. What's going on? Then I think, okay, what changed between the old product and the new product? Okay, the new product has more sugar than the last product. So I was like, okay, our customers really not converting. Even if we're sending a bunch of sessions, our customer is really not converting because there's more sugar in the product. And then I'm like, well, fuck, man, I have 30 grand worth of this shit sitting in my living room. There's no way that I'm just sending this traffic and it's not selling. So I'm freaking out, right? Then, so then I look, right? Historically, we're converting 1.9%. So then I looked at, okay, are our videos blowing up for the wrong reason? And so I go to my Instagram over here. It's not logged in here, but we were doing, I'll show you guys on the phone over here. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to like OBS and shit. Got to master controls. But we were doing like 130 to 140K impressions. I don't know if it's showing up over there in the last 30 days. And so how are we, let me, hold up. There we go. How are we not selling? So I looked through our videos and then I'm like, okay, did we blow up for the wrong reason, right? So I'll give you an example. When you have a video blow up for the wrong reason, I don't know why Instagram is not showing. I'm gonna have to scroll back, guys. So when you blow up for the wrong reason, you fall into something called the virality trap, right? And this YouTuber Callaway talks about it. So this is a perfect example. So these videos get a shit ton of views, 500,000 views, and it's purely top of funnel content. And usually it drives some engagement and comments for sure, but it's not gonna really give you too many sales. This one right here is literally us playing with the gummies. 1 million views, right? You're like, oh, this is gonna convert a lot of sales. No. Is it a completely useless video? No, because it warms up the account and gets people to watch your other middle and bottom of funnel content. But then regardless, anyways, all my recent videos here that we were posting, these are pretty good videos. They're middle of funnel to top of funnel, and these aren't really that much worse or different than what we were posting before. And I'm like, okay, there's gotta be something else. It can't be the content. We should at least be getting some sales. So then, I look at this, right? Are people even adding it to cart, right? So I look here, this percentage could be higher in my opinion. I think part of it is the price, 6.39%. Anyways, we have 532 sessions. This is for April 10th to April 13th, right? So this is like 4-day span. So we see that 34 people add to cart, okay? Then 25 reach checkout, then 2 complete checkout, right? So I'm seeing a huge disconnect here where from 25 to 34, we are losing 25 to 34. We're losing 20, so we're churning 27%. So 27% of people leave when they add to cart. Then from checkout to completed, we churn 23 divided by 25. I'm churning 92% of people to check out. And so then I thought, okay, if sugar can't be the problem because add to cart and reaching checkout are signs of buying intent. And so reaching checkout and then leaving at checkout proves that sugar isn't the reason, because the information about the nutrition facts are on the product page of the website. They're not in the checkout. So you get to checkout and then they leave. Why do they leave? So then I think to our offer, right? So our offer here, this is what it is now, and this kind of alludes to the issue is, so we have a 3-pack, 6-pack, and a 12-pack, right? And so the 6-pack is the one that was selected, and it was actually cheaper. It's at like $28 or something like that. But we charged shipping. But the issue was that it wasn't clear, right? So it says, so we didn't have these highlights over here at all, right? All that it was that this 12-pack was the only one with free shipping, and it had a little thing here that just said free shipping. Let me see if I can show you guys. Ka-ching bundles. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this is what the old buy box looked like, right? So 6-pack, 3-pack, 12-pack. And so my theory was that, so this is what my working theory was. Most people added the 6-pack to cart and then go to checkout. So when you add a 6-pack on my website now to cart, it says up here, congrats, you get free shipping. But obviously before, when we charged $4.99 shipping, this was not, a thing here. So this is what my guess is that it helped explain why we churned 25%, right? Okay, so now I'm like, okay, now we churn 25%, then you go to checkout, right? You go to checkout, okay, I gotta actually, hold up, I can't put in my info. Sorry guys, can't show you guys my info. You go to checkout and then you see your prices jump up $5, right? And so really the issue is that it's not the fact that it's $4.99 and that it's expensive. It's the unexpectedness of it, right? Because obviously we all understand that if you drop the price, conversion rate goes up. Like, yeah, we all know that already. Totally understand it. But really the issue is that it's unexpected. The buyer goes there with the expectation that it's free shipping, especially because it's the default offer, right? If my 3-pack does not have free shipping. Only the 6 and the 12 now have free shipping. But now that I make it very, very clear in the buy box that they get free shipping, that was the change I made. So we go from this old, right? This old setup here to this new setup here, right? And this time I was like, okay, let's try this. Yes, I understand I'm losing some margin on the 6-pack, but I want to understand see if this is what's leading to churn. So I add free shipping here. I make it stupid clear, right? Instead of just having this 12-pack here, and this 6-pack has no info, this 3-pack has no info. Cool. 6-pack here, 30-day shipping. Free shipping, 30-day money back guarantee. Same thing for the 12-pack, and the 3-pack does not have that, right? So for someone to go to the 3-pack, they are going to see this difference. Right? If someone goes from the 6-pack, which is default selected, and they go to the 3-pack, they see no difference. So this buy box wasn't informational enough and didn't set the right expectations. And that's what leads to losing 92% of the checkout. So then I make the change, and within 1 hour of making this change, we got a sale. Great. I'm Einstein. I figured it out. Obviously, that could be noise, so I just let it slide and I just waited, but it gave me confidence, right? And then the next day, our conversion rate went up, right? I'll show you guys over here. Last 7 days. Right, so our conversion rate was really bad here, right? 0.57%, 0.61%. Yesterday we did 3.3%, and now we're at 3.88%. And there's still room to get better, in my opinion. And look, we have to, our prices are expensive, and that's hurting the conversion rate, especially because we're selling a protein snack. But anyways, with half the sessions, keep in mind here, guys, this is with 532 sessions with pretty much the same organic traffic. These are the same types of people coming through. It's not that I switched to meta ads. It's not that I sent it from TikTok. Our TikTok is dead right now. These are all sessions coming from Instagram. So I'll show you over here. Let's go to marketing. I'm gonna go to April 10th to April 13th, which is what those data shows. So over here, look at this, guys. April 10th to April 13th. So this is from Instagram, right? And another problem that I was running into was I was thinking that what kind of page are people from Instagram coming to? I'm going on a side quest here. So this is our home screen, right? It has this huge banner, and on mobile, can I inspect this on mobile? Okay, it's not letting me inspect it on mobile. But on mobile, this comes up first, and I was like, okay, is this confusing people? Is this Lander too complicated? Then I made sure that this is what people go to on Instagram. It's congruent. Instagram followers get 33% off. They understand it's for them. It's here, and I'm like, is the site broken? No. Because when I saw the add to cart to checkout, I realized that the site isn't broken. So anyway, April 10th to April 13th, we see 2 orders on 392 sessions, right? And then direct, 100 sessions. So that's essentially 492 sessions that we lost, right? And now in the last 2 days, right, look at that. With 76 sessions, with, we were at 100 sessions before, now at 76 sessions, we're at 2.63% conversion rate. With 104 sessions, we're at 5 orders, which is a 4.81% conversion rate, right? And so this is not to say that this 100% fixed the issue. There's gonna be other issues here, but really what I'm trying to get across, I guess, in this video is that this is a problem that I encountered. I'm freaking out because we're getting videos to do 40,000 views on Instagram and we're not getting any sales. And so this is sort of how I thought through the process. We went step by step, or not step by step. I'm panicking, so I'm just thinking of every possible reason on how to fix this issue. And, this is sort of what really gave me the idea that, like, okay, the add to cart is working, the reach checkout is working. And then another thing that you could also think about is, if we're churning 92% at checkout, is something wrong with checkout? Is PayPal not working? Is Apple Pay not working? This is something else that I should have actually also diagnosed, but I didn't diagnose now that I'm saying this on video. But that could be another potential issue. But no, all that stuff was fine. It worked totally fine. The real issue was that it was the expectation that the buyer went with the default offer where they expected free shipping, and they just got hit with the price, right? I'm pretty sure that if I raised the price to absorb the shipping costs, I probably would have a better conversion rate than this, because people felt sort of gamed that, oh wait, $4.99 shipping. So now we make the expectations very clear for the buyer to know what they're getting, and our conversion rate went up. So yeah, guys, that was just sort of a video on how I ran into this problem, how I solved this problem. I want to do more videos like this where I have specific problems in the business and how I overcame those. And this is just to teach you how to think, right? You will not experience the same exact problem that I experienced, right? You might experience a slightly different problem, and so you can't just copy and paste solutions, but you can copy and paste sort of the thought process and the way that you think. So that was today's video. I hope you guys found it very helpful. I was just super excited to really see this work, and I was like, I have to tell you guys about it. I understand that this isn't like 1 million sessions or $100,000 in sales, but I think this is, pretty valuable for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing more videos on growing this ecom brand, doing it in public, being super transparent. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one.